to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. Vice President Professor Opoku-Agyemang is scheduled to visit the Ministry of Transport today to engage sector leadership on the persistent challenges confronting public transportation, particularly in the Greater Accra region. The visit comes amid growing public concern over the reduced availability of commercial vehicles during peak hours, inflated transport fares, long waiting times, especially during the morning and evening rush period. Discussions are expected to focus on measures currently being implemented by the ministry, as well as proposed interventions aimed at addressing the ongoing shortage of commercial vehicles and easing the burden on commuters. The engagement forms part of broader government effort to improve mobility within the capital and stabilize the public transport system. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Transport is also expected to hold a separate meeting with the Ghana Private Road and Transport Union and other transport unions as part of efforts to fight lasting solutions to the current crisis. The urgency of this engagement follows the scene witnessed across parts of Accra. So the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyemang, will be meeting the Ministry of Transport today and to discuss about the shortage of commercial buses conveying passengers and people to and from work and back to the house and all that. So we know that for some couple of periods now, getting a vehicle to wherever you are going has become a problem. And sometimes the ones you get, the fares they take from you is very, very high. So, for instance, when you are going to Kaswa, getting Kaswa vehicle is very, very difficult. Sometimes I close work like 6 to 6:20, and then you get to the streets. I get vehicles somewhere like 8 to 9 p.m. To get Kaswa vehicle is very, very hectic. The most painful aspect is you going to Accra to purchase something. Immediately it's 12, 1, 2, 3. You know you are paying 15 or 30 cedis. So if you want to prevent this, you go as early as 7, 8. By 11 you are out. But immediately you delay a bit and then you are leaving Accra like 2, 3. You are paying 30 cedis. And you have no option because there is no vehicle. And so these drivers take advantage of that. And sometimes, instead of the person going straight, say, maybe the person is going to Kaswa, they won't do that. They will tell you that they are going to Malam Junction. They would alight you at Malam Junction and then start another journey from Malam Junction to Kaswa. And sometimes you have to pay like 2 to 3 fares before you get to your destination. And this has become a major challenge. It's surprising that everybody is getting to know this at this time. It is so much surprising that the Ministry of Transport is getting to know this. I don't know whether they have their representative on grounds going on, because if they do, they should get to know this even before the media put it out there. They should even be the one that are communicating to the media. So let us know that this is what is going on. These are the measures put in place. That is why, in a way, I am not surprised that entities, a group of people, passengers, and everyone is calling for the dismissal of the Minister of Transport, Mr. Bukari. Since the inception of his office, or he being appointed into that office, he might be doing something which we do not know, but we are not seeing it. Because if you are the Minister of Transport, then it means that you need to ensure that all these things do not happen. Yesterday we spoke to some drivers and some of them were bold to justify the reason why they take more than what they are supposed to take. And some of them, they are proud of it. They are very proud of it. And they told us that the main reason why they take more than what they take is because of traffic. And it's because most of these traders have taken a portion of the road. And so instead of them, having taking passengers in and out like 4 to 5 times because of traffic and because traders have taken part of the road and they need to, maneuver their way through. And so they go only once. And to prevent them from running at loss, they would take times 2 or times 3 of what they're supposed to take. They would take times 2 or times 3 of what they're supposed to take. And so they were saying that if the government wants them to reduce the fare or possibly not charge more than what they're supposed to charge, then he should ensure that those traders selling at unapproved places on the roadside are being moved out. And I remember, I think early last year, we saw people, especially the regional minister for Greater Accra, we saw a lot of them advocating and even moving on to the street, putting in actions that traders are being moved out. We saw some happening at Kanishi, Accra. But go there and see for yourself. These traders are back on the street again. And they are not lying. If you go to Accra, for instance, our roads are constructed in a way that it is not that big. It is not so spacious that every vehicle can have its space to move out and in. No. The road is something like this, and the traders are taking 50% of the road. And so Accra is always congested by vehicles and these traders. And so they state that as their main reason why they do what they do. And I can boldly tell you that they were proud of it. They were proud of it. It should tell us that there is more work to do. Where we've gotten to as a country, we shouldn't be struggling with transportation. Is vehicle the only means of transport? No. We have the railways. We have other alternatives we can bring on board. Why are we refusing to think as a country? Because it's having a vast negative implication on us. A passenger who is, he or she is a worker. I wouldn't even go far. Let's take School Junction. School Junction here, let's just take that place for example. When you are coming to work and then you see people, you will see employees struggling to get a vehicle. Where are you, he or she is supposed to report to work maybe as early as 7, as early as 6, as early as 8. 10 o'clock ojina ho nyakai. 11 o'clock ojina ho nyakai. And it's pathetic because in a way, if I establish my business and you're supposed to report at 9 and you come at 11, automatically you're unserious. But that might not be the case. That might not be the issue. See, sometimes, the most surprising aspect of it is that I tried something one day. I woke up as early, I woke up as early as 2 to 3. Then I told a friend to escort me to the street. As early as 2 to 3, vehicles were full. Vehicles were full. So I asked myself, so people wake up like 12 or like, I don't understand. As early as 2 a.m., 3 a.m., vehicles were full. And you don't get any vehicle. You stand on the street. And sometimes you just have to put your life on the line by taking Okada. And that Okada fee is like your 3 days transport. And I was saying in a day. Your 3 days transport, what's saying in a day? What you take is nothing to write home about. And then within a couple of 3 weeks or 2 days, you've spent your salary on transportation. So this is a major concern that we are hitting on. That the government needs to do something about it. When they brought this Ayalolo bus initiative, everybody was happy. 247 buses as wrought. Yanya Hoshe. Our maintenance culture is very bad. And let me shock you with another thing. A driver said something yesterday. I see, oh, a lot of drivers are saying that if they bring in this Ayalolo bus and because the Minister of Communication at the presidency made a statement that the government intend to acquire more buses so that they relieve this pressure on private transportation. And some of these drivers are saying that it's going to collapse their businesses. But let me shock you. A driver told us that they know that what the government is bringing on board. That is what they told us. They said they know because this is not the first time a government is bringing such initiative. But the bar, and even places that those paklo vehicles like the Tata bus that is dead but is still working on our streets. The places those buses can maneuver their way to, that STC buses you are bringing will not go there. So Accra, so it's not going to collapse their work. So it should tell us that even we ourselves have a role to play. The government will acquire those buses. How well do we maintain it? If you go to rent a bus or a vehicle from someone, look at how you take care of those buses. The bus is equally your baby. You wake up, you ensure that the whole set, everything is on set. You want to maintain it. But so long as you know that it belongs to the government and found. And when it has a fault, we don't maintain it. We do not even care. And that is why we are suffering. And we will continue to suffer if we don't change our ways and behaviors of how properly we can manage and then keep private government state-owned properties. These buses will help us. It will help me to help you. Because if these buses are in town, yesterday, I saw an instance where I think the transport minister, after he has been asked to resign, said that they are bringing in buses that will convey people from Kaneshi to Kaswa, then from other places as well. That is good. But how are we going to maintain it? It is very, very necessary. Transportation is something that is a headache to a lot of us. So please, as they are gearing up to work towards it, let's ensure that it comes to stay and then we sustain it. Thank you for making time with me on the result.